The sun dips below the Golden Horn, painting the sky in shades of apricot and rose. Istanbul, once Constantinople, begins to breathe a different kind of air. The day's clamor of merchants and muezzins softens into a low, seductive hum. Lanterns flicker to life, casting long, dancing shadows across cobblestone streets that have seen centuries of secrets. The air grows thick with the scent of grilled fish from the shores of the Bosphorus, mixed with the sweet, intoxicating perfume of jasmine and the distant, spicy aroma of nargile smoke curling from hidden cafes. It is in these moments, under a blanket of stars, that the city's other life awakens, a world of hushed invitations and unspoken desires. This is not the Istanbul of grand mosques and imperial decrees, but a city of whispers and glances. Here, in the labyrinthine alleyways of Galata and Pera, every corner holds a potential story, every veiled window a guarded secret. The gentle lapping of water against the docks provides a constant, rhythmic soundtrack to the city's nocturnal pulse. Men in fezzes and long coats move with purpose, their faces obscured by the dim light, their destinations known only to them. The night promises anonymity, a chance to shed the strictures of the day and indulge in the pleasures that the city keeps carefully concealed behind heavy wooden doors and damask curtains. The energy is palpable, a silent, simmering tension that hangs in the air like the humidity of a summer evening. It is a world built on dualities, piety and passion, public decorum, and private indulgence. The city itself feels alive, a breathing entity that both hides and offers temptation in equal measure. You can almost taste the intrigue, a flavor as complex and layered as a piece of rich, honey-soaked baklava. Behind unassuming facades, often nestled in the bustling, multi-ethnic districts, lay the secret heart of Istanbul's nightlife, the brothels or kerhanala. These were not always marked by garish signs, but by a subtle language of signals, a specific color of lantern in a window, a curtain left artfully ajar, or a doorman whose gaze lingered just a moment too long. To step inside was to cross a threshold into another reality, leaving the world of public morality behind. The air would instantly change, becoming heavy with the scent of musk and amber, and strong, sweet coffee, mingled with the delicate perfume worn by the women within. The sounds of the street would fade, replaced by the soft strains of an oud or the tinkle of laughter. These houses were worlds unto themselves, oases of sensory indulgence designed to transport their clientele. Rooms were adorned with rich textiles, plush velvet cushions scattered across low divans, and intricately woven Persian rugs that muffled every footstep. The light was kept low and warm, filtered through stained glass windows or ornate metal lanterns, creating an atmosphere of intimacy and conspiracy. It was a carefully curated environment, a stage set for the performance of fantasy. Here, men from all walks of life, merchants, soldiers, sailors, and even officials on a discreet evening out, could find a temporary escape from the rigid expectations of their daily lives. The experience was a feast for the senses. Trays of lokum, bowls of pistachios and dried figs, small cups of thick, dark coffee, or glasses of forbidden wine. The women, and sometimes the beautiful young men known as kucheks, moved with a practiced grace, their voices low and melodious. It was a world that operated on its own terms, with its own hierarchies and rules. The madam, or kahya kadın, managed the house with a firm hand, negotiating prices, ensuring discretion, and protecting her charges as best she could. The Ottoman state had a complicated and often contradictory relationship with the world of sex work. Officially, Islamic law, or Sharia, strictly forbade extramarital sex, making prostitution an undeniable sin and a crime. Religious authorities and conservative sultans would periodically launch crackdowns, closing brothels, punishing workers and patrons in public displays of moral righteousness. These campaigns, however, were often short-lived and rarely effective. The empire, for all its might, found that the currents of human desire were as difficult to command as the tides of the Bosphorus. The law was a rigid wall, but passion was like water, always finding the cracks. Recognizing the futility of complete eradication, the state often shifted its approach from moral condemnation to pragmatic regulation. Prostitution became a source of revenue, a trade to be managed, and most importantly, taxed, with officials overseeing kerhanalar, registering the women, and collecting levies for the imperial treasury. This created a profound double standard. The state was simultaneously the moral guardian condemning the trade and the financial beneficiary profiting from it. The official stance could change with the whims of a new sultan or the influence of a powerful vizier. One ruler might order the rounding up and exile of all known prostitutes, while his successor might quietly allow the system to resume, content to collect the taxes. Ultimately, the empire's approach was one of containment, confining the trade to specific districts, placing it under a loose, often corrupt, supervision, and maintaining a semblance of public order. The women and men at the heart of this hidden world were figures of immense allure, their beauty a carefully constructed masterpiece designed to captivate and enchant. Their appeal was not just in physical features, but in the entire persona they presented. The women, known by various names, fahishe, courtesan, were experts in the art of seduction. On the street, veiled, modestly dressed. Inside houses of pleasure, vibrant shimmering silks, fine muslin, rich velvets, intari dresses cut to be more revealing, hinting at the form beneath, embroidered with gold and silver thread. Their beauty rituals were elaborate and sensual, skins softened with oils, perfumed with rose water and musk, luminous in candlelight, eyes heavily lined with kohl creating a deep smoky gaze, hair a cascade of dark curls adorned with pearls, coins, fresh flowers, lips and fingertips stained with intricate henna. Not just selling bodies, selling a dream, an escape into aesthetic and sensory perfection. Beyond the women, the kucheks, young male dancers, often from non-Muslim communities, renowned for androgynous grace and mesmerizing performances in richly embroidered jackets, flowing silk trousers, and clinking belts of coins. Long, flowing hair, faces made up with cosmetics, dancing with hypnotic, sensual energy, blurring lines of gender and desire. More than objects of desire, skilled performers and keen psychologists. They read clients' moods, offered conversation and companionship as much as physical intimacy. Successful courtesans could recite poetry and play instruments. Their allure was a complex tapestry of beauty, skill, and the forbidden, living works of art, inhabiting a world that both celebrated and condemned them. The stories of these individuals, though often lost to history, reveal the intricate power dynamics that pulsed beneath the surface of the Ottoman Empire. Some courtesans amassed wealth and influence, confidants to officials, privy to state secrets whispered in moments of post-coital intimacy. They could influence appointments, sway decisions, ruin reputations. Their boudoirs were not just dens of pleasure, but also informal courts where the currency of secrets was as valuable as gold. These women wielded a soft power, subtle yet undeniable, in a world that officially granted them none. However, this influence came at a tremendous cost. For every celebrated courtesan, thousands faced struggle, exploitation, and despair. Most sex workers lived precariously, at risk of disease, violence from clients, and abuse by corrupt officials or pimps. The stigma was crushing, social outcasts, severed from families, unable to fully rejoin respectable society. Even if a woman left the trade, her past would follow like a shadow, a stain that could never be washed away. Desired in secret but despised in public, this cultural contradiction lies at the heart of the Ottoman experience of sexuality. It highlights the vast gap between the idealized moral code and the lived reality of its people. Their stories expose the hypocrisy of a patriarchal system that created the demand and condemned those who met it. Their lives were a testament to the enduring power of human desire and the complex ways societies try and fail to control it. How does history remember them? Mostly it doesn't. They remain as ghosts in the margins, but their legacy lingers in the city's secret corners, the echoes of laughter in an old tavern, the seductive gaze of a portrait.